Hello and welcome back to this podcast. This is Unfiltered Forex with me, Clement, and in this episode, I will talk about how to build consistency in trading. So, let me just start with the main points. First, you should aim to be consistent in your journaling. Your journal is like your roadmap. This is your moves. This You know what a journal is. Keep track of your moves, keep track of your activities in the market. Your journal is what's going to help you shorten the learning process because it's going to prevent you from repeating too many mistakes, and you're going to identify your strengths and your weaknesses easily and work on them. So first, aim to be consistent in your journaling. So now let's get to a bit more serious stuff. Try sticking with one pair at first. All right. When you're trading and you are starting out as a trader and you want to be consistent, try sticking with one pair at first. One pair only. It doesn't matter if it's the euro. Start with the majors, by the way. Start by analyzing the majors because the majors, they have the volatility, they have the technicals, they have the fundamentals. You're going to learn a lot, and you're going to learn consider a considerable amount of info just by sticking with one pair. And it's easier to build consistency and show up every day, and it's easier to record your results, and it's easier to keep up with your activities when you are only trading one pair. I think that up to that point is mostly self-explanatory. Also, stick with one or two entry models. As you stick with one pair, stick with one or two entry models. Try to keep track of those ones. It'll be much easier for you to be consistent when you are keeping track of two or three entry models as opposed to when you're keeping track of eight. All right. So, do yourself that favor. Stick with one pair and try to keep track of only two or one engine models. Yeah, they're going to help you perfect the little information you know. So, another one is you really should set realistic goals for yourself. For example, if you are employed and you want to get into trading, you are more likely to start by limiting exposure to the market. Don't give yourself a target of learning for like 3 hours a day. That's going to be too much to handle, and you're not going to be consistent in that. So start by giving yourself time, about an hour every day after work. uh, an hour after work is for like serious work, understanding the market, learning new concepts, and then probably an hour before work, if you can, just spend that time to check for market updates. There are important news events that go on almost every day in the forex market. So, yeah, do yourself that favor and set that realistic goals. Another one, consistency is now we are done with the main points. Now let's get to the explanation and expounding these things. Consistency is not a goal. All right, consistency is a system. This is something you build over time. Like consistency is something you maintain. Something like learning. Learning is a process. It's not a goal. It's a thing you do for like almost forever. It's learning is a process. Same with consistency. The thing about consistency in trading is that you also need to be consistent in other parts of your life. For example, your eating habits and your sleep schedule. You need to have a mostly regular sleep schedule, and your eating habits should be mostly consistent. Let's say you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yep, that's some form of consistency in that you eat those three meals at the same time every day. So, yeah, if you want to be consistent in trading, you need to understand that This will also apply to other parts of your life. Generally, just consistently making the right choices. And you can also be a good trader without being a good human being. Good traders are good people. That's a known fact. You can't be a good trader and your life isn't in order, like your relationships people are trash. You are the most, how do I put this, the most arrogant person alive. You are the most indisciplined person you have ever met or anyone has ever met. It doesn't work like that. In trading, you have to be a good trader and a good person. Those two go together because now, which brings me to my next point. Trading psychology isn't a separate thing from yourself. This is your own psychological state. This is you. This is your brain, your normal functioning of your brain. If you want to be a good trader, you have to start by being a good person, or just it's going to come in the process of you fixing your psychology, of you fixing yourself, fixing your life. You will, in the long run, end up being a good trader. Something else, discipline. The discipline that's required for you to stay consistent in trading is the same discipline that you apply for other areas of your life. That's why a consistent trader is someone who, even when you watch how they do their things, you can tell this guy is a consistent trader and he is profitable even without having to see his results and his what do you call them, statements. If just the way someone carries himself, just the way a trader carries himself, you can see this guy is someone profitable. It's just like that. Even without seeing a flashy car, a flashy house, you can see a trader and you can immediately tell this guy is doing good in the markets. Because yeah, how a, a good trader is a good person, like that. It's that simple, really. So let's review the initial points. First, aiming to be consistent is your journal. Aim to journal every day. Keep track of your progress. Keep track of your progress. It really doesn't matter how you start by doing this, but start doing something. Start doing something about keeping track of your progress. That's what's called journaling, and it's really going to help you. Stick with one pair at first. Also, stick with one or two entry models and set realistic and achievable goals, like yeah, small 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 okay, not milestones, small challenges you can accomplish without struggling too much, so that you can build and maintain the consistency. So that's it for this episode. There is really no big secret. I believe you have heard some of these things I've talked about elsewhere before. If you haven't, you're lucky you're hearing them from me. But that's really what this is usually about. It's not some rocket science. No, it's just about being a consistent person in your day-to-day life and transmitting that onto your trading activities. What I've done here is just give you the, uh, I can't call it a shortcut, but rather a summary of the steps you're supposed to take. As opposed to discovering all these things for yourself, I have just given you a shortcut, a shorter path. Not, I don't like to use the word shortcut because it sounds like you're cutting corners, which is not supposed to be the case. But yeah, it's good that you have a good idea of what you're supposed to be doing. Have a lovely day.